road trip, guys. I'm in Thailand, in Bangkok right now, and I'm going to fulfill a lifelong dream of mine. I'm going to Koh Phangan, that's an island around about 700 kilometers away, and there I'm going to do a full Muay Thai training camp for 1 week. I'd like to spend more time, but I don't have more time. We're going with the Tesla Model 3 long range, fully electric of course. I'm very excited to see how the charging infrastructure is and the traffic in Bangkok and in Thailand. Let's go. We're in the car and the first thing we did was go the wrong way because the navigation is in Thai and I don't speak Thai. And it's very complicated to read, and the traffic is crazy, so you really have to watch out. And now it's not poor, it's not raining, it's pouring. We have to go to Chumpon. This is our first stop at the hotel, and tomorrow we go to Bangkok, where we take the ferry to Koh Phangan. We have to charge at least once today, maybe tomorrow again, that I don't have to charge on the island, but we'll see about that. I'm very curious how the charging structure will be because honestly we don't even have the charging app yet. we'll just see how it goes. Just go with the flow, you know. Of course I want to test the autopilot. It stays in the lane, very consistent. Just flows with the traffic and the road is in a pretty good condition. 3 lanes with perfect lane marking, that's no problem for the Tesla. Now it hits the brakes pretty hard because the Ranger changed into our lane, but I'm satisfied with the result overall. There were charging stations on the way and even advertisement for EVs, which I both didn't expect to see in that frequency. We just stopped at the roadside because there is a market where they sell mangoes and it's mango season in Thailand and they look so delicious, so we just buy one. And then we keep going on. This is our first stop, the first charging station. We still have 50% battery left, so we could actually go a bit further. We still make it to the destiny, but then we'd have to charge there, and we want to take a break as well because we've been driving for like 4 hours. And tomorrow we need to get the ferry. We already booked the ticket, so there's no room to maybe have charging problems or stuff like that there. So it's better to charge now. Now we still have to figure out how we actually can charge because we don't have the app yet. But yeah, let's see. Okay, this was a little bit more complicated than it needed to be. First we had to download the app and the app was in Thai and I don't understand a single word in Thai. So I had to get some help from a nice Thai lady who helped me to navigate through the app. Then I had to get a Thai phone number, so I had to buy a SIM card. I'm glad I had my second phone with me. Bought it in the 7-Eleven. And then I could register for the app and then I could switch the language into English. Then we had to put the credit card and everything, and it was a bit of a hassle. Like, you know, here with the gas station, you just go and you pay. You can pay cash or card. It's very convenient. With the app, of course, it's convenient once it's working, but if you have the slightest bit of a problem, you're basically screwed. So I'm glad that we went there early because we still have like 50% in the battery and it's still it's not very late or something like that. So I anticipated that there might be a problem and that we still have enough time to make everything work and that we still have enough battery to go somewhere else if that really needed to be. So, but now everything is charging, everything is fine. Oh ja, und hier steht auch schon Charging. Also, ja? Oh, und? Yes, es blinkt grün! Charging is completed. We have 487 kilometers and we have 216 to drive, so there's a bit room. But tomorrow we charge again, that we have enough to go to the island because the charging situation there is not very promising. It's existent but not very promising. And we don't want to have any sorts of stress tomorrow. If something is not working, then we can still make the trip to the island and figure it out there. But we have to get the ferry because it's the last ferry. Imagine if we didn't make it.
Just imagine.
Guys, she's giving me the evil eye. Yeah, but it was a bit complicated, but in the end everything worked out. So now we heading for our destination, the hotel.
Go.
Yeah, let's go. Suddenly there was a downpour and it was nearly impossible to see the lane marking. I put the wipers on max, but I still couldn't see very much. Of course, it happened just shortly after the sunset. So I drove a bit slower and we managed to get to the hotel safely. We arrived yesterday. It was a good driving day. As you can see, it rained even today, and that messes with our plans a little bit because we wanted to go snorkeling, and then in the reception they said, okay, there won't be any snorkeling trips today, so we will go to a mangrove forest and do something else. That's fine. I was very sure that there's no need to even check with the hotel if there is charging possibility there. I should have done that. I should have done that because then we could have charged overnight, and now we have to make another charging stop, which is fine, but could have been avoided. So do check with the hotel before you go there if they have charging opportunities. Should have done that, but well, we have to be a bit careful with our time management because we have to go to the ferry because the ferry will leave without us, but we need to be on the ferry because one, I paid for it, second, it's the last ferry today, so we booked the last ferry. So if we miss that, I cannot go to the Muay Thai training camp tomorrow, and I really want to do that. That's the challenges we are facing today, and I'm really looking forward to explore the country a bit more. But first we bought a little snack for the road, and we had a coffee with a phenomenal view. We went to the mangrove forest, but to the national park, but due to the bad weather it was closed because it's monsoon and it's raining. Like 2 minutes ago it really poured, now it's dribbling a little bit, but yeah, the park was closed. There was like in the parking lot there was like 1 feet high of water, so they said no, can't do. So now we are going to the pier where the ferry goes and type it into the navigation system, and it says we will arrive there with -9% battery. This won't work, right? So of course we need to charge somewhere in between, and I hope the weather gets better. But the good thing is that now we don't have this much of a time trouble because we have to be on time at the ferry, but like the mangrove forest was like 1 hour, something like that, and since we don't do it, we have a little bit more time, so that's the silver lining, I guess. Due to the ongoing rain, the road was a bit flooded, but I still wanted to test the autopilot, and the tester plowed right through the water. That's a bit. We need to charge, right? And I now put in the charging station into the navigation system, and we'll arrive there with, I don't know, 22% or something like that. The other charging station is a bit further down the road, somewhere here. I think somewhere here, and there we'd arrive with 9%. And then there's one
Station.
And there's one station even further down. We arrived there with like 1%, and this is somewhere here next to Suratani. And of course we want to be as empty as possible when we charge, because then we can charge more and have more electricity in the battery, right? But I'm a bit scared. To be honest, I'm a bit scared. I don't want to go to the charging station where we arrive with 9%, because then everything has to work, right? There's not really room for error, and I'm just not sure enough if the charging station worked that well that I'm comfortable to go to this station. So we take the easier route and go to the charging station where we arrive with 22% and just go from there on out. What would you do? Would you go to this charging station where you arrive with 9% and say, yeah, everything will work out, it will be fine? Or would you go to this charging station where you arrive with 22% and just be on the safe side? Unfortunately, there was no roof at this charging station. There was heavy rain. The real pity was that the station was not working. So I tried again and again and again with no luck. Then I asked the staff at the charging station why it didn't work. As you see, we are leaving, but we are not charged yet because the station is not working. And I asked the employees there, and they told me that the technique is not finished yet. So it's not usable, but it's still showing in the app. So, I mean, that's not very smart in my opinion, but it is what it is. So I'm very glad that we choose this location, because if this had happened on the other location, that would be big trouble. They told me, yeah, you have to go to this hotel. It's not far away. It's like 9 kilometers, and yeah, we're going to this location and try our luck there. I'm very glad that we still have enough time and enough battery that things like this can happen and we're not in trouble. Let's hope for the best. We found the charging spot, the charging station right there, and the good thing, when I arrived I saw that there was another car parking, and I don't think that he will park here just for fun, but because he's charging. So we hopped on and connected ourselves, and now we are charging. The speed is very bad, it's 50, but 50 is better than none. So we'll be here for a while. Now we have lunch, right? And then we go to the ferry. The car next to us stopped charging, so our charging speed went up to 77 kilowatt. We are on the road again. We had some lunch for like €1.50. It's like incredibly cheap, but still very good. And now we have 346 kilometers left. We charge to 346 kilometers, and we have 169 to go, so that's easy. But we will arrive at 4:30, and the ferry, we have to be there latest at 5. So there's not that much time. So if there's a big traffic jam or anything like that, then well,
We're sweating again.
yeah. I think everything should be fine, right?
Yo.
Yeah, we arrived at the ferry. We still have 155 kilometer mileage left. That's good. And there's the queue. I'm glad that the mangrove forest didn't work out at the end, because otherwise my planned time management well would have brought us here too late, I think, or we couldn't charge that long. Then we run out of battery on the island very, very soon. Which brings us to the next problem. There are 2 charging stations on the island, but none of them are compatible. None of them work. None of them work with the app that we have. So we gotta figure that out somehow. But well, maybe I figure it out on the beach with a nice coconut in my hand and the sun on my face. Yeah. I think that's what I'm gonna do. It just got a bit stressy because we hadn't had some papers. I have to run to the car again. I'll tell everything in the car. Okay, we arrived at the ferry. We didn't have the ticket. I bought the ticket online, of course, that I have a spot on the ferry because maybe it will be booked out or something like that. And then if I don't get a spot on the last ferry, then well, tough luck, right? We stood in the queue with the other cars and nobody, and then we just drove on and nobody said anything to us. And then when we tried to check in with the reservation or with the sheet that I already had on my phone with the QR code and everything, he said you have to get a ticket, you have to check in. Then I ran to the counter and they said, yeah, hurry up, you have to get the ticket. And I checked in and now we're here, so everything worked out in the end. But that was a bit more adrenaline than I needed. Hope there's no more surprises here waiting for us, or only pleasant surprises, please. Remember when I said I don't want to have any more surprises today?
Hope there's no more surprises here.
I do have a surprise. There's nobody at my hotel. I drove here. Was not that easy to find because there were no good signs and stuff like that, but I found it. Check-in was till 10 o'clock in the evening. I arrived here at 9:45. Nobody's here. So I called the number. Nobody answers the phone. That really sucks. That really sucks. You know, I just want to arrive, lay in my bed, and then tomorrow get up and start my training. I think I just call it a day and go to my friend's place, sleep there, and then we'll see. We'll see what happens. Peace out. Good morning. I'm on my way to the Muay Thai training. And it's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's a nice sunrise and the scene is very nice, but it's just too hot in the afternoon or during lunchtime. It's just too hot. Can't train there really. I finally arrived at the Martial Arts Academy and I could start my first Muay Thai training in Thailand. Even though it was early in the morning, the humidity was already very high. Everybody started sweating within 2 minutes into the warm-up. The training was 90 minutes. We did a warm-up, learned some techniques, and worked about 30 minutes on the heavy bag and on the pads. Towards the end, my energy level went very low, just like the energy level of my Tesla, which I still have to charge. To speed up the recovery, I took my first ice bath ever. After the intense training session, I was under the impression that I will handle the cold well. Oh boy, was I wrong. Immediately I started to gasp and I had to exit the ice bath after 30 seconds. Okay guys, I'm done with the training and it's still relatively early in the morning, but I'm super hungry. So I decided to have early lunch here, and guys, the view. Isn't that fantastic? Like, damn. And I have a passion fruit shake. It's very, very tasty. And I get the fried rice with green curry and it's like 80 baht. That's like €2, something like that. The training was very nice. The ice bath, that was refreshing is a bit of an understatement. We are doing a little trip around the island. We have to find a charging station. Not a charging station, there are 2 charging stations on this island, and we're not going with the Tesla because battery is relatively low and it's still have enough battery so I can go to the mainland and charge there where I know there's a working charging station, but I don't have any extra charging left to do some tours around the island if there's no charging possibility. So in Thai style, we go with the scooter. And safety first. Okay guys, we arrived at the charging station and looks good. There's a display and it's on, which is a very good sign. Only a 50 kilowatt hour charging station, so it's not very fast, but if it works then it's fine. So now I try to download the app and then I'll see if everything works. Then I come back with the Tesla and charge it. Right now I'm on the phone with the support and I'm very glad that they do have an English speaking support. I somehow need to put money in the account or something like that. I don't understand, and they try to figure it out for me. I'm not quite sure what's happening next. Now I know what to do. I finally found it out. And you have to you have to put money in your account first, and then you can charge. Usually I know the other way around, that you charge and then it gets booked from your credit card. But here it's the other way around. I don't think that's the best way, to be honest, but well, there's no other alternative, so I take this one. And yeah, tomorrow I come back and hopefully charge the Tesla. I was relieved that the charging station exists and seemed to work. Then the week continued with 1 or 2 training sessions per day, tasty Thai food and beautiful sunsets. As you can see from my non-athletic body, the training was thoroughly needed. Some members of the gym had a fight scheduled on the weekend. The charging station is not far away from the stadium, so I tried to combine this. I had to realize that I couldn't put my credit card information in the app. I have to find a solution for that problem. Today is Friday and I started training on Monday, so I did a lot of Muay Thai and now I'm just not feeling it today. I'm just, my body is doesn't have energy left to do another training today, especially because I've been on the beach all day and it's like, look at this, it's just beautiful, and I want to training today, and I think that's perfectly fine to just chill a whole day at the beach. But I've been to training in the morning, so one training I did, but not the second one. The car is getting worried. Charging app doesn't work like I want it to work. I can't put money in my account. Don't ask me why. I tried the credit card and stuff, but it doesn't work. So there's another option to pay, and it's Thai QR code. I don't exactly know what it is. I think it's kind of like PayPal. I asked the hotel staff if they can help me here, and the nice lady Noi said, yeah, of course, no problem. She's gonna pay for me like with the Thai QR code, and I give her the money in cash. Then we'll charge. Otherwise, I have problems.
Oh, you can.
Yes, perfect. Do I have it? Balance 500. Ooh, yeah.
Video call.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Noi. After I managed to get credit on the app, I met with the guys in the gym and we headed to the charging station. Start. Preparing to charge. Es schaut schon mal gut aus. Yes, es läuft. Ja. As you can see, it worked and I was very happy about that. In true Thai fashion, we went to the stadium by scooter. The entrance fee was about €20 or $22. Some fighters had their debut on this evening. Watch the fights with another gym member.
Red swinging, adding the pitch. So clinches are generally the same.
Yes, but then you don't take competition.
Red's finished. Getting it down,
I've just been to the stadium and watched some Muay Thai fights. It was very cool, very nice experience. 3 guys from our gym fought. One won, 1 lost and 1 draw. But it was very cool, very nice atmosphere. And now I really hope that I still can go to my car, because I've seen that there was a gate at the charging station. It says open all the time, so hopefully it's not locked. And there it is, gate is open. Look at that. Ooh, oh yes. I was glad that the Tesla charged. As this didn't occupy my mind anymore, I really enjoyed my last training sessions. In the last session we had a light sparring. Here I could use the techniques I trained over and over again during the week. Well, at least I tried. The heavy bag doesn't hit you back. Trying to land shots on a partner that doesn't want to be hit but wants to hit you is a whole nother experience. But it was a super cool experience. Nobody tried to outclass his partner. Nobody had a big ego and tried to land hard shots. The whole Thailand road trip and the training camp were definitely worth it. But now I'm glad to spend the rest of my vacation on the beach.